Hello, everyone! Wait. Why does my tracking work wonderfully when I'm on the start screen and testing, and then as soon as I do, and I just want to give you guys a little wave at questions? Anyway, yes, I'm alive. I feel a lot better. My cold is like 99.9% gone. There is a 0.01% that's still making me clear my throat a little bit every so often, but I'm mostly okay now. Yay! So you got that one at least. Hello everyone! Helen and B, Helen oversized fan, Xnum. Welcome to today's stream. This is Sunday with Brian Will Smith, so you know what time is it? It is Dread Excalibur. It is you time. Excalibur time. No. King Arthur time, technically. And I don't think it's even King Arthur time, technically. Briny, I became so old this week. Wait. I'm no longer dumb and full of fun, but cold and covered in mold. Face purple crying, face purple crying, face purple crying. I'm sorry. The chat thing I have doesn't always show me. Nope, that is exactly what you put. Purple crying face, rather than actual emotes. Normal size phantom. It's okay. Being old just means you can buy all the cake you want. And no one gets to tell you otherwise. Although, I'm gonna put you guys up here. You can be outside the train. We're in a train under the sea. Our next train is called Curse of the Demo. The Demo Gorgon. The Demo of Life. But no. With age comes wisdom. It truly is my time. The part of me that's related to a sword time. But deferred. But I defer to you. Yeah! It's not Excalibur time, though. I think we're still talking about what's his face. Oh, yeah, we got Lamrock. And Tristan of Leonis. I remembered how to say that. Yay. She remembered. I'd also like to say thank you guys for indulging my ideas on the 24/7 stream. It is unfortunate that I will not be able to continue doing those because that was a free trial of a service I used, and the service, basically I could tell that I wasn't going to be able to pay for the service via the stream, and you know, I got a business. Lady's got a business, so maybe in the future we could do that. Or maybe I could just buy a month every so often, which is a shame, because I really thought it'd be a good way to sort of reuse some old content and bring it back into, like, being relevant, but it's not. So it probably won't have another 24-hour stream like that, or pre-recorded one like that, for maybe ever. Don't know. It was a fun experience. 24/7 of Briny reading Wuthering Heights is way more fun than watching them. It was 17 hours of the loop. Oh, there's a butterfly on my lap. Hello. 17-hour loop for that 24-hour thing. It was really fun. I thought it was a good idea. Maybe work out in the future. Yeah, exactly. I don't know whether I will try again at some other point. Maybe we'll do all the... Because there's so many books we could do, and we could change it up every so often. It wouldn't have to all be Wuthering Heights. We can change it. We've got Treasure Island. We've got Pride and Prejudice. There's also all the indies, but I feel like I would need to email some of those authors again and go, hi, I'm thinking about doing this. Are you okay with this? No, lots of fun stuff that could have happened with that. But, for now, it is King Arthur time. And do I remember what the fudge cake was going on? No, I don't. All I know, 17 hours. If you read the Three Musketeers, it'd be about an hour short. But that's with, to be honest, 17 hours to read through Wuthering Heights with like the nonsense that tends to happen on the stream. I'm genuinely quite impressed we got through it in that time, to be honest. So, yeah, I'm actually kind of proud of myself, to be honest. Like I said, no, idea what's going on in this book. Although I did know. Then did they swear as he said. Then Sir Tristram returned to Sir Kay Hedius, and when he was whole of his wounds, they departed together in a ship, and landed on the coast of Cornwall. And when they came ashore, Tristan eagerly sought news of La Belle Isoult, and one told him, in mistake, that she was dead. Whereat, for sore and grievous sorrow, he fell down in a swoon, and lay for 3 days and nights. Oh, he's so dramatic, is our Tristan. He was born... No, well, that wasn't Tristan that was born in sorrow, was it? No, it is! We're still on the same guy, whose mum ran into the woods in sorrow because she thought her husband was dead. Went and died in the woods after giving birth. But it turns out her husband was not dead. The husband remarried, and the ex-wife tried to murder Tristan, but ended up murdering her own son instead, and nearly murdered her husband, and only survived because Tristan was like, I forgive her, which he shouldn't have. For no particular reason, just because he shouldn't have. Then many other characters. The legend of Tristan is long. Long and thick. When he awoke therefrom, he crazed and ran into the forest, and abode there like a wild man many days, whereby he waxed lean and weak of body, and would have died, but that a hermit laid some meat beside him as he slept. Now in that forest was a giant named Tullius. Hello, Matthew, Crick, author, welcome. Author, tell me about your things. Tell me about the things you have written. It's very important and I wish to know. Telenovelas wish they had the plotting of your average medieval chivalry romance. Correct. Talius, who, for fear of Tristram, oh yeah, because we keep calling him Tristan, but it's Tristram, which is basically the same guy, Tristram, had hid himself within a castle, but when they told him he was mad, came forth and went at large again, and on a certain day he saw a knight of Cornwall named Sir Dinant pass by with a lady, who when he had alighted by a well to rest, the giant leapt out from his ambush and took him by the throat to slay him. But Sir Tristram, as he wandered through the forest, came upon them as they struggled, and when the knight cried out for help, he rushed upon the giant, and taking up Sir Dinant's sword, struck off therewith the giant's head, and straightway disappeared among the trees. I wrote your superhero novella. You also write superhero books, fellow superhero author. Welcome. It has sold 350 copies. Well done. That's amazing. Let me Google this. I would like to see. Beacon Hero of Heartland. Beacon Hero of Heartland. This one. I see. Good reviews. Nice. Wonderful, Matthew. Wonderful. Well done. Shut up. I will write the final part of my series eventually, okay? Okay, I'll get there. I will write it before George R.R. Martin writes his next book. That's my goal. Which is infinite amount of time, let's face it. Mine is called Moon Girl. There is 5 books so far. Moon Girl, Moonrise, Moon Girl, Beltol, Moon Girl, Guillotine, Rift, and Camelot. And the next one's kind of written. It's called Age of Heroes. 20 years later. Shut your cake. It may or may not have been 10 years since the first one came out, but shut your cake. Yeah, it's exciting. Anon Sir Dinant took the head of Talius and bare it with him to the court of King Mark, whither he was bound, and told of his adventures. Where had ye this adventure? Said King Mark. At a fair fountain in thy forest, answered he. I would fain to see that wild man. I published a prequel, and I've written the first draft of a sequel, and it's getting edited. Oh, exciting. We love progress. 10 out of 10. So within a day or two, he commanded his knights to a great hunting in the forest, and when the king came to the well, he saw a wild man laying there asleep, having a sword beside him, but he knew not that it was Sir Tristram. Then he blew his horn, and summoned all his knights to take him gently up, and bear him to the court. And when they came hitherto, they bathed and washed him, and brought him somewhat to his right mind. Now Bella Isolt knew not that Sir Tristram was in Cornwall, but when she heard that wild man had been found in the forest, she came to see him, and so sorely was he changed, she knew him not. Yet she said to Dame Bagwain, in good faith, I seem to have beheld him oft times before. And as she thus spoke, a little hound, which Sir Tristram had given her when she first came to Cornwall, and which was ever with her, saw Sir Tristram lying there, leapt up upon him, licking his hands and face, and whined and barked for joy. Alas! Cried out Sir Bella Isolt, it is my own true knight, Sir Tristram. And at her voice, Sir Tristram's senses wholly came again, and well nigh he wept for joy to see his lady living. But never would the hound depart from Tristram, and when King Mark and other knights came up to see him, it sat upon his body, and bayed at all who came near. Then one of the knights said, surely this is Sir Tristram. I see it by the hound. When in doubt, doggo identification. That should be a formal way of identifying people. If your doggo identifies you, then you are who you say you are. Yeah. Nay, said the king, it cannot be, and asked Sir Tristram on his faith who he was. My name, he said, is Sir Tristram of Lyonesse, and now ye may do what ye list with me. Then the king said, It repents me not, it repents me that ye are recovered, and sought to make his barons slay him. But most of them would not assent thereto, and counselled him instead to banish Tristram for 10 years again from Cornwall, for returning without orders from the king. So he was sworn to depart forthwith. What a petty bitch King Mark is. Most of this has been purely jealousy because Tristram's really cool and Mark's just not. So Mark stole his wife. And as he went towards the ship, a knight of King Arthur named Sir Dinadan who sought him came and said, Fair knight, ere you pass out of this country, I pray you joust with me. With a good will, said he. Then they ran together, and Sir Tristram lightly smote him from his horse, Anon he prayed Sir Tristram leave to bear him company, and when he had consented, they rode together to the ship. There was Sir Tristram full of bitterness of heart, and said to all the knights who took them to the shore, Greet well King Mark and all mine enemies for me, and tell them I will come again when I may. Well, I am now rewarded for slaying Mahardus and delivering this kingdom from its bondage, and for the perils therewithal I brought Labella Isolt from Ireland to the king, and rescued her at Castle Pellear, and for the slaying of the giant Teleus, and all the other deeds I have done for Cornwall and King Mark. Thus angrily, passing bitterly, he spake, and went his way. Yeah. So ding dang dimmy dome, dimmy dang dicky dab dimmy dome. Yeah. Poor Tristram. He done all the good things, but they have not been rewarded. And after sailing a while, the ship stayed at a landing place upon the coast of Wales, and there Sir Tristram and Sir Dinadan alighted, and on the shore they met two knights, Sir Ector and Sir Bors. And Sir Ector encountered with Sir Dinadan, and smote him to the ground, but Sir Bors would not encounter with Sir Tristram, for, he said, no Cornish knights are men of worship. Thereat Sir Tristram was full wroth, and but presently there met them two more knights, Sir Belliboris and Sir Driant, and Sir Bedibedibedibe proffered to joust with Sir Tristram, who shortly smote him down. I had thought not, cried out Sir Bors, that any Cornish knight could do so valiantly. Then Sir Tristram and Sir Dinadad departed, and rode into a forest, and as they rode, a damsel met them, for Sir Lancelot's sake was seeking any noble knights to rescue him, for Queen Morgan le Fay, who hated him, had ordered 30 men-at-arms to lie in ambush for him as he passed, with the intent to kill him. So the damsel prayed them to rescue him. Cornish knights with their Cornish pasties. How much are you allowed to read on that? I kind of want to do similar. So you're looking. Best ways to do this kind of thing is two ways. One, you stick to indie books and you ask the authors very specifically if you're allowed to do so. Some authors will allow you to read their entire books on stream. I'm one of them. By all means, use my book and read it on stream. Just let me know and give me links. At least my first one. Maybe not the sequels. I wouldn't suggest doing sequels. 2, any book that's older than 70 years old has reached, what's the word? Open domain. And basically they are royalty free to read. So you're looking at Pride and Prejudice. I've done Pride and Prejudice, Wuthering Heights, Treasure Island. This is also one of those books. There's a website called Project Gutenberg, which has copies of hundreds of open domain. I'm pretty sure it's not called open domain. Free domain? Something like that. Public domain, that's not the right word I'm looking for. There's another one for books. But yes, public domain books, basically, you can read. I did almost say Treasure Planet. Shut your cake hole. I know. I can't, but still. Yes, so basically pick up those books, and you can read the whole thing. I've read many things all the way through. But yeah, it's not public domain. It's not public domain. I'm gonna Google it now. When a book reaches 70 years old. 70. Open. It's not. There's a different term. I swear there's a different term. You just got an ad? I will quickly repeat myself. So basically you're looking at open domain books and indie books. You can email publishers to see if you have any, if you can get their permission, but they're not likely to email you back unless you've got a huge following. Words. Yeah, it's public domain, and you can do stuff like this. What was I doing? Oh yeah, Lancelot's gonna be murdered. Then, said Sir Tristram, bring me to that place, fair damsel. But Sir Dinadan cried out, it is not possible for us to meet with 30 knights. I will take no part in such hardihood, for to match 1 or 2 or 3 knights is enough, but to match 15 will never assay. For shame, replied Sir Tristram, but do but your part. That I will not, said he. Wherefore, I pray ye, lend me your shield, for it is of Cornwall, and because men of that country are deemed cowards, ye are but little troubled as ye ride with knights to joust with them. Nay, said Sir Tristram, I will never give my shield up for her sake who gave it to me. But if thou wilt not stand by me today, I will surely slay thee, for I ask no more of thee than to fight 1 knight, and if thy heart will not serve thee that much, thou shalt stand by and look on me and them. Bro. Bro, you don't want to take on like 15 knights, just beat 1. Just beat 1. I'll take the rest. Just come with me. Or I'll kill you. Friendship. Would God that I had never met ye, cried Sir Dinadan, but I promise to look on and do all that I may to save myself. Anon they came to where the 30 knights lay waiting, and Sir Tristram rushed upon them, saying, Here is one who fights for love of Lancelot. Then slew he 2 of them at the first onset with his spear, and 10 more swiftly with his sword. At that Sir Dinadan took courage, and assailed the others with him, till they turned and fled. But Sir Tristram and Sir Dinadan rode on till nightfall, and meeting with a shepherd, asked him if he knew of any lodgings thereabout. Truly, fair lords, said he, there is a good lodging in a castle hard by, but it is a custom there that none shall lodge therein, save ye first joust 2 knights, and as soon as ye be within, ye shall find your match. That is an evil lodging, said Sir Dinadan. Lodge where ye will, I will not lodge there. Coward! Shame on thee, said Sir Tristram. Art thou a knight at all? Then he required him on his knighthood to go with him, because for you're coming with me. And they rode together to the castle. As soon as they were near, 2 knights came out and ran full speed against them. But both of them lay overthrew, and went within the castle, and had noble cheer. Now, when they were unarmed and ready to take rest, there came to the castle gate 2 knights, Sir Palomides and Sir Gaheris, and desired the custom of the castle. I would far rest than fight, said Sir Dinadan. That may not be, replied Sir Tristram, for we must needs defend the custom of the castle. Seeing we have overcome its lords, therefore make ready. Castles are like their own little... I built a bot that speaks. Do you think it would be a problem if I made it read public domain books? You have a speech impediment? I don't know. Because there are plenty of VTubers who use, like, speech bots and stuff like that. But it's usually they're using speech to text and text to speech kind of thing, rather than just running it through. Because I think there's potentially some issue of just running the book through the bot to just stream, because then it's not you streaming. You're basically just quickly making an audiobook. I don't know. Oh, hello, Benjamin. Congrats on not dying anymore. Yeah! Once and future me. She has conquered the cold. There's definitely some concerns. I don't know, though. It's just text to speech with an avatar. No actual data being stored. That doesn't... Would this be to make videos or to stream? What is the plan here? Because it would be hard to build a persona doing that. I'm not sure. What is the plan? Yes. So you'd like to build a persona using text-to-speech. Stream all videos. Would this be building personality or just informative? I mean, it's possible. Like I said, I've seen people do it where they have speech bots and stuff like that. There's even an artist I think I follow on Twitch. She uses a speech-to-text and text-to-speech. Because the thing with streams is the biggest thing is people interacting with you and you being able to respond to the interactions. And if you're typing out answers to that, unless you're very fast at typing, it might be quite tricky for you to respond to chat. You just don't want angry mobs. I get you might with that. Some people might take it the wrong way. Because it would basically just be... People, Welcome to Briny Stream Workshop, helping people. Gates open, bro. I'm happy to answer like stream questions and stuff. I know I've gone a bit off topic. My apologies for people in the stream. You could respond. I think it's how you work the technology that counts. Using text to speech would be fine, but I think it still would need to be you reading it, or I don't know, because it just... I don't know. Very difficult thing, because then it's basically just generating content out of nothing. But it also isn't. Also, was that a whale on the stream? You're not going mad. We're in a train under the sea. This VR world, for those who are interested in, is called Deep Sea Train. I thought it's perfect. I like a VR world where sometimes I don't have to run around. It's fun, but sometimes I might. I don't know. You do some research into some VTubers that maybe do use text-to-speech technology. Maybe see what they do, what reactions they get. That's probably the best advice. Maybe just do some extra research on text-to-speech and how it's used already in the streaming sphere, and go from there. That'll be better safe than sorry. You like trains? Brrr. This one, you guys can't hear it because I don't have VR chat noise in, but every so often I keep hearing the whale and it's just a big and it's very loud and very terrifying. And I've got all the other music turned off in here, so it's just every so often it's scary. Anyway, what were we doing? Oh yeah, we're gonna go beat up Harris and thingy. We hear the whale. You do hear the whale? That one? So you do! I didn't realize it was going through. So it is going through. I thought I stopped that, but I didn't. So good thing. Good thing I don't have any copyrighted music on like I did in the self-reflection world or anything. Yeah, I kind of screwed up on that one. The whale. My whale. Having a whale of a time. That whale is Bow. Bow call. Mabby. She's in her whale fall. Dinadan. That may not be, replied Sir Tristram, for we must needs do the thing that we had to do too. Alas, that I ever came in your company. Poor Dinadan. Dinadan did not. You can always redo that stream if you want, without the copyrighting music. It's fine. One stream's not gonna kill me. Might as well be playing Umamusume with all of us. Umamusume. So they made ready, and Sir Gaheris encountered Sir Tristram, and fell before him. But Sir Palomides overthrew Sir Dinadan. Then would all fight on foot, save Sir Dinadan, for he was sorely bruised and frightened by his fall. And when Sir Tristram prayed him to fight, I will not, he answered, for I was wounded by those 30 knights whom we fought this morning, and as to you, ye are in truth like one gone mad, and who would cast himself away. There be but 2 knights in the world so mad, and the other is Sir Lancelot, with whom I once rode forth, who kept me evermore at battling, so that for a quarter of a year thereafter I lay in my bed. Heaven defend me from either of your fellowship. Oh my god, you're so crazy. What? So at least we know, like, the knights that we follow in this are the weirdos. The cream of the crop weirdos that just keep going and don't stop. And then you got poor ass Dinadan, who's basically a normal ass guy. He's an NPC. Well, says Sir Tristram, if it must be, I will fight them both. Therewith he drew his sword and assailed Sir Palomides and Gaheris together. But Sir Palomides said, Nay, but 'tis a shame for 2 to fight with one. So he bade Sir Gaheris stand by, and he and Sir Tristram fought long together. But in the end Sir Tristram drave him backwards, whereat Sir Gaheris and Sir Dinadan with one accord surrendered them. Then Sir Tristram prayed the 2 knights lodge there, but Sir Dinadan departed, and rode away into a priory hard by, and there he lodged that night. Heard the creepy whale monster? It's because he's out there. He's out there in the sea. He's just hanging out. There's a whale out there somewhere, having a whale of a time, and so are we. It's fishy in here. It's also grassy in here. Let me. Oh no, we'll finish the chapter. We're near the end of the chapter. No, we're not. Jesus Christ, Sir Tristram. Sir Tristram has a hell of a legend. That much is for sure. Fine. Let me show you what this world looks like. Let me just hide the book a second. Let me show you my POV. Hello. Ta-da! This is what this nice little world looks like. It's very pretty. Nice place to hang out. As the lighting, it's very good. Right. Back to the book! Yeah, that was the right angle camera. So someone has been mowing the lawn. This train is most certainly not up to code. That much is for sure. It feels like, have you seen the first JJK opening? When Yuji is in the train and it starts flooding and there's like fish by his feet. This is the vibes. The vibes of the JJK opening. And on the morrow came Sir Tristram to the priory to find him, and seeing him so weary that he could not ride, he left him and departed. At the same priory was lodged Sir Pellinore, who asked Sir Dinadan Sir Tristram's name, but could not learn it, for Sir Tristram had charged that he should remain unknown. Then said Sir Pellinore, "Since ye will not tell me, I will ride after him and find it myself." "Beware, Sir Knight," said Sir Dinadan, "ye will repent it if ye follow him. He won't let you get an ounce of sleep. You'll be fighting men left, right, and centre. Don't do it, Sir Pellinore." But Sir Pellinore straightway mounted and overtook him, and cried to him to joust. Whereat Sir Tristram forthwith turned and smote him down, and wounded him full sorely in the shoulder. Wow, that didn't take long. One day after, Sir Tristram met a herald, who told him of a tournament proclaimed between King Cardas of Scotland and the King of North Wales, to be held at the Maiden's Castle. Now King Cardas sought Sir Lancelot to fight there on his side, and the King of North Wales sought Sir Tristram, and Sir Tristram proposed to be there. So, as he rode, he met Sir Kay and the Seneschal, and Sir Sagramore and Sir Kay proffered to joust with him, but he refused, desiring to keep himself unwearied for the tourney. Then Sir Kay cried, "Sir Knight of Cornwall, joust with me, or yield as a recreant." When Sir Tristram heard that, he fiercely turned and sent his spear in rest, and spurred his horse towards him. But when Sir Kay saw him so madly coming on, he in his turn refused, whereat Sir Tristram called him a coward, till for shame he was compelled to meet him. Then Sir Tristram lightly smote him down and rode away. But Sir Sagramore pursued him, crying loudly to joust with him also. So Sir Tristram turned and quickly overthrew him likewise and departed. He's just so popular. What is a man to do when all the other men wish to joust with you? And they'll chase you down in the forest so that they can joust with you. The drama. Anon a damsel met him as he rode, and told him of a knight adventurers who did great harm thereby, and prayed him for his help. But as he went with her, he met Sir Gawain, who knew the damsel for a maiden of Queen Morgan le Fay. Knowing therefore that she needs must have evil plots against Sir Tristram, Sir Gawain demanded of him courteously whither he went. "I know not whither," said he, "save as this damsel leadeth me." "Sir, that bitch be lying," said Sir Gawain. "Ye shall not ride with her, for she and her lady never yet did good to any." And drawing his sword, he said to the damsel, "Tell me now straightway, for what cause thou leadest this knight, or else shalt thou die. For I know of old thy lady's treason." Drama. The good old days for Twitter and Instagram, where men would roam the countryside jousting with their long spears. Oh my. Oh, speaking of, I just did this, and you know that thing on my finger there? Wedding planning has started. And I'm excited. I was wanting to tell you, like, last week, but I needed to tell all my real-life family and friends first. Yeah, I'm gonna get married soon. Well, not soon, like 2 years, but soon. But it's real. It's real. Wedding planning now. It's exciting. But yeah, I just want to tell you, I'm be a waifu, a real life wife. Mercy, Sir Gawain, cried the damsel, and I will tell ye, and I will tell thee all. Yay! Then she told him that Queen Morgan had ordained 30 fair damsels to seek out Sir Lancelot and Sir Tristram, and by their wiles persuade them to her castle, where she had 30 knights in wait to slay them. Clearly 30 knights is not enough. We have done this 2 years. How large a tournament doth the lady require? And the land spare such expense it can, because it has 2 years to save. But yeah, I did originally we wanted to do it next year, but then we realized the date we wanted was really close to like a friend's wedding, so we had to push it back. But that pushing it back pushed it to like 2 years away rather than 1, which was a shame. But I'm still looking forward to it. Dope! Wedding funds! Thank you for the wedding funds. I appreciate it, Noah Size Phantom. They will be sorely needed. No, we'll be fine. We have savings and everything specifically for this. We've been putting our money away like good sensible adults. But who knows? $2 can get me like a little bit more than our savings. So that's fun. Thank you. I will not fail you, answered he, but for but few days since I had to do with 30 knights, of what same queen, and trust we may win honour as lightly as now as then. So they rode together, and when they came to the castle, Sir Gawain cried aloud, Queen Morgan, Queen Morgan le Fay, send out thy knights, that we may fight with them. Then the queen urged her knights to issue forth, but they durst not, for they knew well Sir Tristram, and feared him greatly. So Sir Tristram and Sir Gawain went on their... Jesus Christ. So there wasn't even a fight! It wasn't even a fight. They were just like, that's Sir Tristram out there? Nah. I too have been putting money away to cute anime girls on the internet. I hope sensibly, though. I hope you are donating to cute anime girls sensibly. Look after selves before internet. Pretty girls. Self, pretty girl. Self, pretty girl. That is the order of priority of people's lives. Look after yourself, look after your family, look after your friends, look after the pretty girls. And so they pissed off, and as they rode, they saw a knight named Sir Brewers Without Pity chasing a lady with intent to slay her. Then Sir Gawain prayed Sir Tristram to hold still and let him assail that knight. So he rode up between Sir Brewers and the lady and cried, Boop! For champions winning poison-free pies and non-assassin musicians. I appreciate it. Thank you again for the wedding funds. You guys are the best. 5 whole pounds. It will greatly help. Thank you so much. I do hope we get non-assassin musicians. That would be nice. And poison-free pies, definitely. There might be pizza. Poison-free pizza would also be good. No poison except the alcohol would be nice. Preferable. I know. It's been weird. We had a discussion today about, like, all the things we need to plan. And then when I tell people, they're also like, oh, what kind of dress are you going to wear? And I'm like, I don't know! I haven't really thought about this. I just know it's gonna happen. The details are sketchy, but it's gonna happen. I want to for you guys. I would like to when I get in my dress and I know what it is, to get like an artist commission of this me in that dress, so you guys can kind of see it, but I don't have to show you a picture. I think that would be fun. So picky, wanting only one kind of poison at your wedding. I know, right? It's as if I wanted people to, like, not joust. It's like telling the men not to run off into the forest and joust each other. It's just impossible. But I want it anyway. Bridezilla over here. Rode up between Sir Bruce and the lady and cried, "False knight! Turn thee to me and leave that lady." Then Sir Bruce turned and set his spear in rest, and rushed against Sir Gawain and overthrew him, and rode his horse upon him as he lay, which when Sir Tristram saw, he cried, "Forbear that villainy!" and galloped at him. But when Sir Bruce saw by the shield it was Sir Tristram, he turned and fled. I mean, Gawain we don't care about. He's just a knight failure, but Sir Tristram, oh, that's real shit. And though Sir Tristram followed swiftly after him, yet he was so well horsed that he escaped. Anon Sir Tristram and Sir Gawain came nigh to the maiden's castle, and there an old knight named Sir Pelliners gave them lodgings, and Sir Perisides, the son of Sir Pelliners, a good knight, came out to welcome them, and as they stood talking at a bay window of the castle, they saw a goodly knight ride by on a black horse, carrying a black shield. "What knight is that?" asked Tristram. "One of the best knights in all the world," said Sir Perisides. "Is he Sir Lancelot?" asked Sir Tristram. "Nay," said Sir Perisides, "it is Sir Palomides, who is yet unchristened." Within a while one came and told them that a knight with a black shield had smitten down 30 knights. "Let us go and see this jousting," said Sir Tristram. So they armed themselves and went down. And when Sir Palomides saw Sir Perisides, he sent a squire to him and proffered him to joust. So they jousted, and Sir Perisides was overthrown. Then Sir Tristram made ready to joust, but ere he had his spear in rest, Sir Palomides took at advantage and struck him on the shield so that he fell. At that Sir Tristram was wroth out of measure and sore ashamed. Wherefore he sent a squire and prayed Sir Palomides to joust once again. But he would not, saying, "Tell thy master to revenge himself tomorrow at the maiden's castle, where he shall see me again." My tea was getting cold. That needed it down. So on the morrow Sir Tristram commanded his servant to give him a black shield with no cognizance thereon, and he and Perisides rode into the tournament and joined King Cardos's side. So then the knights of the King of North Wales came forth. And there was a great fighting and breaking of spears and overthrown of men and horses. Now King Arthur sat above in a high gallery to see the tourney and give the judgment, and Sir Lancelot sat beside him. Then came against Tristram and Sir Perisides 2 knights with them of North Wales, Sir Bleoberis and Sir Gaheris, and Sir Perisides was smitten down and nigh slain, for 4 horsemen rode over him. And when Sir Bleoberis next encountered him, he overthrew him. Anon they horsed themselves again, and with them came Sir Dinadan, whom Sir Tristram forthwith smote so surely that he reeled off his saddle. And then cried he, "Ah, Sir Knight, I know ye better than ye deem, and promise nevermore to come against ye." Then, yet to be fair, he's probably come up against Bleoberis and Gaheris a lot. The two of them like, oh fuck, it's this guy again. Then rode Sir Bleoberis at him a second time, and had a buffet that felled him to the earth. And soon thereafter the king commanded to cease for that day, and all men marvelled who Sir Tristram was, for the prize of the first day was given him in the name of Knight of the Black Shield. Now, Sir Palamedes was on the side of the King of North Wales, but knew not Sir Tristram again, and when he saw his marvellous deeds, he sent to ask his name. "As to that," said Sir Tristram, "he shall not know at this time, but tell him that he shall know when I have broken 2 spears upon him, for I am the knight he smote down yesterday, and whatever side he taketh, I will take the other." So when they told him that Sir Palamedes would be on King Carlos' side, for he was kindred to King Arthur, "Then I will be on the King of North Wales' side," said he, "but else would I be on my lord King Arthur's." Then on the morrow, when King Arthur was come, the heralds blew unto the tourney, and King Cardos jousted with the King of 100 knights, and fell before him. And then came in King Arthur's knights, and bare back those of North Wales. But anon Sir Tristram came to aid them, and bear back the battle. This is getting worse. This is getting gayer and gayer the further we get in. Why are they bareback? Do they mean horse bareback, like without saddles? Feels like picking teams in pre-all, except being picked last is a good thing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure how the picking teams things work. You think they'd have, like, loyalty to the king thing, but knights are not samurai by the looks of it. They are very much their own people. Chaotic, terrible, knightly people. But anon Sir Tristram came to their aid, and bare back the battle. And fought so mightily that none could stand against him, for he smote down on the right and on the left, so that all the knights and common people shouted his praise. Bareback jousting with big spears. So basically samurai. No, samurai after the war when their leaders abandoned them, yes. But oh no, there was a lot of dodging. I guess any warring peoples. I think by bareback they mean hold back or win back. Potentially, that makes sense. Now you want to rewatch Seven Samurai. I've heard that movie is good. I have not watched it. I need to put it on my list. "Since I bear arms," said King Arthur, "I never saw a knight do more marvellous deeds." Then the King of the 100 Knights, and those of North Wales, set upon 20 knights, who were of Sir Lancelot's kin, who fought all together, none failing the others. When Sir Tristram beheld their nobleness and valour, he marched much. "Well, may he be valiant and full of prowess," said he, "who hath such noble knights for kindred." So when he had looked on them a while, he thought it shame to see 200 men assailing 20, and riding to the King of 100 Knights, he said, "I pray thee, Sir King, Leave your fighting with those 20 knights, for ye be too many, and they be too few. For ye shall gain no honour if ye win, and that I see verily ye will not do, unless ye slay them. But if ye will not stay, I will ride with them and help them. Heck, I want to rewatch Sword of Doom. That also sounds like a fun movie. Nay, said the king, ye shall not do so, for full gladly I will do you courtesy. And with that he withdrew his knights. Then Sir Tristram rode his way into the forest, that no man might know him. And King Arthur caused the heralds to blow that the tourney should end that day. And he gave the King of North Wales the prize, because Sir Tristram was on his side. And in all the field there was such a cry that the sound thereof was heard 2 miles away. The knight with the black shield hath won the field. Alas, said King Arthur, where is that knight? It is shame to let him thus escape. Then he comforted his knights and said, Be not dismayed, my friends, howbeit ye have lost the day. Be of good cheer, tomorrow I myself will be in the field, and fare with you. Oh no, Kingy's coming on the field. The random ear-busting whale calls adds something to the stream. I don't know what it is, but it's something. Let me turn it down a bit. I didn't realize it was so loud for you guys. I'll turn it down. Hopefully the next one won't be so ear-bursting. And on the morrow the heralds blew unto the field. So the King of North Wales and the King of 100 Knights encountered with King Cardus and the King of Ireland, and overthrew them. With that came King Arthur, and did mighty deeds of arms, and overthrew the King of North Wales and his fellows, and put 20 valiant knights to the worse. Anon came in Sir Palomides, and made great fight upon King Arthur's side, but Sir Tristram rode furiously against him, and Sir Palomides was thrown from his horse. Then cried King Arthur, Knight of the Black Shield, keep thyself. And as he spake, he came upon him, and smote him from his saddle to the ground, and so passed on to other knights. Then Sir Palomides, having now another horse, rushed at Sir Tristram as he was on foot, thinking to run him over. But he was aware of him, and stepped aside, and grasped Sir Palomides by the arm and pulled him off his horse. Then they rushed together with their swords, and many stood still to gaze on them. And Sir Tristram smote Sir Palomides with 3 mighty strokes upon the helm, crying at each stroke, Take this for Sir Tristram's sake! And with that Sir Palomides fell to the earth. Anon the King of North Wales brought Sir Tristram another horse, and Sir Palomides found one also. Then did they joust again with passing rage, for both by now were like mad lions. But Sir Tristram avoided his spear, and seized Sir Palomides by the neck, and pulled him from his saddle, and bore him onward 10 spears' length, so let him fall. Then King Arthur drew his sword and smote the spear asunder, and gave Sir Tristram 2 or 3 sore strokes ere he could get at his own sword. But when he had it in his hand, he mightily assailed the king. With that 11 knights of Lancelot's king went forth against him, but he smote them all down to the earth, so that men marvelled at his deeds. And the cry was now so great that Sir Lancelot got a spear in his hand, and came down to assay Sir Tristram, saying, Knight with the black shield, make ready! When Sir Tristram heard him, he levelled his spear, and both stooping their heads, they ran together mightily, as it had been thunder. And Sir Tristram's spear brake short, but Sir Lancelot struck him with a deep wound in the side, and broke his spear, yet overthrew him not. Therewith Sir Tristram, smarting at his wound, drew forth his sword, and rushing at Sir Lancelot, gave him mighty strokes upon the helm, so that the sparks flew from it, and Sir Lancelot stooped his head down to the saddle bow. But then Sir Tristram turned and left the field, for he felt his wound so grievous that he deemed he should soon die. Then did Sir Lancelot hold the field against all comers, and put the King of North Wales and his party to the worse. And because he was the last knight in the field, the prize was given to him. But he refused to take it, and when the cry was raised, "Sir Lancelot hath won the day," he cried out, "Nay, Sir Tristram is the victor, for he first began, and last endured, and so hath he done each day." And all men honoured Lancelot more for his knightly words than if he had taken the prize. Thus was the tournament ended, and King Arthur departed to Carlion, for the Whitsman feast was now nigh come, and all the knights adventurers went their ways, and many sought Sir Tristram in the forest whither he had gone. And at last Sir Lancelot found him, and brought him to King Arthur's court, as hath been told already. How very dramatic! Galahad, Galahad! The Quest of Sangreal and the Adventures of Sir Percival, Sir Bors, and Sir Galahad. Now, I wonder how this is going to do the Percy Galahad issues. Because there is a bit of an issue, isn't there, in mythology where Galahad kind of steals some of Percival's legends, if I remember correctly. So I'm curious how this book handles that. After these things, Merlin fell into a dotage of love for a damsel of the Lady of the Lake, and would let her have no rest, but followed her in every place, and ever she encouraged him, and made him welcome, till she had learned all his crafts that she desired to know. Then, upon a time, she went with him beyond the sea to the land of Benwick, and as they went, he showed her many wonders, till at length she was afraid, and would fain have been delivered from him. This book seems to have admitted Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. That's a good point. Should we have a... Is there... If I go on the bookmarks, does that tell me, like... No, not bookmarks. Chapter headings. Table of contents. So, yeah... This can't be every story of the Knights, to be fair. Let's have a just quick flick through the chapter titles. I'm curious. So, fat. Sir Lancelot and the Fair Maid of Astolat. The war between King Arthur and Sir... Yeah, okay, yeah. So they have cut out the Green Knight. Maybe we could read that one separately at some point. 43 more chapters. But that's also like 30% of the book. So, still a lot. Okay. As they were in the forest of Broccolinade, they sat together under an oak tree, and the damsel prayed to see all that charm whereby men might be shut up, yet alive in rocks or trees. But he refused her a long time, fearing to let her know. Yet, in the end, her prayers and kisses overcame him, and he told her all. Then did she make him great cheer, But anon, as he lay down to sleep, she softly rose and walked about him, waving her hands and muttering the charm, and presently enclosed him fast within the tree, whereby he slept, and therefrom nevermore he could by any means come out, for all the crafts he could do. So she departed and left Merlin. We left Merlin in the forest of broccoli. At the vigil of the next feast of Pentecost, when all the knights of the Round Table were met together at Camelot, and had heard mass, and were about to sit down to meat, there rode into the hall a fair lady on horseback, who went straight up to King Arthur, where he sat upon his throne, and reverently saluted him. God be with thee, fair damsel, quoth the king. What desirest thou of me? I pray thee, tell me, lord. She answered, where Sir Lancelot is. Yonder. May ye see him, said King Arthur. Then went she to Sir Lancelot and said, Sir, I salute thee in King Pel's name, and require thee to come with me into the forest hereby. Then asked he her with whom she dwelt, and what she wished of him. I dwell with King Pelles, said she, whom Balin erst so sorely wounded when he smote the dolorous strike. It is he who hath sent me to call thee. I will go with thee gladly, said Sir Lancelot, and bade his squire straightway saddle his horse and bring his armour. Then came the queen to him, and said, Sir Lancelot, will ye leave me thus at this high feast? My sweet piece on the side, why are you leaving? Madam, replied the damsel, by dinner time tomorrow he will be with you. If I thought not, said the queen, he should not go with thee by my good will. Bitch, you better bring it back. Gwenny! Your allegiances are showing. Then Sir Lancelot and the lady rode forth till they came to the forest, and in a valley thereof found an abbey of nuns, whereby a squire stood ready to open the gates. When they had entered and descended from their horses, a joyful crowd pressed round Sir Lancelot, and heartily saluted him, and led him to the abbess's chamber, and unarmed him. Anon he saw his cousins likewise there, Sir Bors and Sir Lionel, who also made great joy at seeing him, and said, By what adventure art thou here? For we thought to have seen thee at Camelot tomorrow. A damsel brought me here, said he, but as yet I know not for what service. An Abbey of Nuns, I remember this scene from Monty Python on Crew. Isn't this the one where Galahad comes and, like, steals Sir Lancelot from... Wait, no, he does way too many dudes. Yes, yep, you're thinking of the one where it's actually Sir Galahad. He's the Knight of Purity, you see. That was the whole joke. And then Lancelot comes and saves him from the nuns. Who, yeah, he totally didn't want to burn. As they all thus talked, 12 nuns came in, who brought with them a youth so passing fair and well made, that in all the world his match could not be found. His name was Galahad, and though he knew him not, nor Lancelot him, Sir Lancelot was his father. Sir, said the nuns, we bring thee here this child, whom we have nourished from his youth, and pray thee to make him a knight, for from no worthier hand can he receive that order. Then Sir Lancelot, looking on the youth, saw that he was seemly and demure as a dove, with every feather good and noble, and thought he never had beheld a better fashioned man of his years. Cometh this desire from himself? Said he.
Yeah,
Answered Galahad and all the nuns. It's a very small Galahad, that's why he has that voice, okay? Tiny Galahad, small. And maybe that's why they gave him white hair in Fate, because he's demure as a dove, therefore white hair. Tomorrow, then, in reverence for the last feast, he shall have what he wishes, said Sir Lancelot. And the next day, at the hour of prime, he knighted him, and said, God make of thee as good a man as he hath made thee beautiful. That's a pretty boy. Sir Galahad's a little guy. Yeah, he is. He's just a little guy. Then, with Sir Lionel and Sir Bors, he returned to the court, and found all gone to the minister to hear service. When they came into the banquet hall, each knight and baron found his name written in some seat in letters of gold. Here ought to sit Sir Lionel, here ought to sit Sir Galahad, and so forth. And in the Peliora's seat at the high centre of the table, a name was also written, whereat they marvelled greatly, for no living man had ever yet dared sit upon that seat save one. And him a flame leapt forth, and drew down under the earth, so that he was seen him. Wait, what? So the other guy who had this seat just got dragged to hell, what? Nope, this is Galahad's time now. Time to be eaten by the earth. Nom. What the hell? Then came Sir Lancelot and read the letters in that seat and said, My counsel is that this inscription be now covered up, until the knight be come who shall achieve this great adventure. So they made a veil of silk and put it over the letters. In the meanwhile came Sir Gawain to the court, and told the king he had a message to him from beyond the sea, from Merlin. For, said he, as I rodeth through the forest of Brockley but 5 days since, I heard the voice of Merlin speaking to me from the midst of an oak tree, whereat in great amazement I besought him to come forth, but he with many groans replied, he never more might do so, for that none could free him, save the damsel of the lake, who had enclosed him there by his own spells, which he had taught her. But go, said he, to King Arthur, and tell him that he now prepare his knights and all the Round Table to seek Sangreal, for the time has come when it shall be achieved. Holy Grail time! When Sir Gawain had spoken thus, King Arthur sat pensive in spirit, and mused deeply of the Holy Grail, and what saintly knight should come who might achieve it. Anon he bade them hasten to set on the banquet. Sir, said Sir Kay the Seneschal, if ye go now to meet ye will break the ancient custom of your court, for never have ye dined at this high festival till ye have seen some strange adventure. Thou sayest truly, said the king, but my mind was full of wonders and musings, till I bethought me not of mine old custom. As they stood speaking thus, a squire ran in and cried, Lord, I bringeth thee marvellous tidings. What be they? Said King Arthur. Lord, said he, hereby at the river is a marvellous great stone, which I myself saw swim down hither towards the water, and in there is set a sword, and ever the stone heaveneth, and swayeth on the water, but floateth down no further than the stream. There's another sword in the stone, because obviously Galahad had to be like the super specialist bestest boy. So he needed his own sword. This is where the fanfic of my knight is better than your knight. My knight OC is so cool. He's Lancelot's child, and he also has a sword in the stone. And that chair that's like the bestest knight ever, that's got his name on it. Yeah. I will go to see it, said the king. So all the knights went with him, and when they came to the river, there surely found they a mighty stone of red marble floating on the water, as the squire had said, and therein stuck a fair and rich sword, on the pommel whereof were precious stones wrought skilfully with gold into these words, No man shall take me hence, but he by whose side I should hang, and he shall be the bestest knight in all the world. See? It's the bestest knight in all the world, sword. When the king read this, he turned round to Sir Lancelot and said, Fair sir, this sword ought surely be thine, for thou art the best knight in all the world. But Lancelot answered soberly, Certainly, sir, it is not for me, nor will I have the hardihood to set my hand upon it, for he that toucheth it, and faileth to achieve it, shall one day be wounded by it mortally. But I doubt not, Lord, this day will show the greatest marvels that we yet have seen, for now the time is fully come, as Merlin hath forewarned us, when all the prophecies about the Sangreal shall be fulfilled. Then stepped Sir Gawain forward, and pulled at the sword, but he could not move it, and after him Sir Percival, to keep him fellowship in any peril he might suffer, but no other knight durst be so hardy to try. Now may ye go to your dinner, said Sir Kay, for marvellous adventure ye have had. So all returned from the river, and every knight sat down in his own place, and the high feast and banquet then was sumptuously began, and all the hall was full of laughter and loud talk and jests, and running to and fro of squires who served their knights, and noise of joyalty and mirth. Then suddenly befell a wondrous thing, for all the doors and windows of the hall shut violently of themselves, and made thick darkness, and presently there came a fair and gentle light from out of the perilous seat, and filled the palace with its beams. Then a dead silence fell on the knights, and each man anxiously beheld his neighbour. But King Arthur rose and said, Lords and fair knights, have ye no fear, but rejoice. We have seen strange things today, but stranger yet remain. For now I know we shall today see him who may sit in siege perilous, and shall achieve the Sangreal. For as ye all well know, that holy vessel, wherefrom at the supper of our Lord before his death he drank the wine with his disciples, hath been held ever since the holiest treasure of the world. But whosoever it hath rested, peace and prosperity have rested it on with the land. But since the dolorous stroke which Balin gave King Pelles, none have seen it, for heaven's wrath with that presumptuous blow hath hid it none know where. Yet somewhere in the world it still may be, and maybe it is left to us, and to this noble order of the Round Table, to find and bring it home, and make of this our realm the happiest in the earth. Many great quests and perilous adventures have ye all taken and achieved, But this high quest he only shall attain, who hath clean hands and pure heart, and valour and hardihood beyond other men. Like a shielder, I mean... While the king spoke, there came in softly an old man robed all in white, leading with him a young knight clad in red from top to toe, but without armour or shield, and having by his side an empty scabbard. The old man went up to the king and said, Lord, here I am bring ye this young knight of royal lineage, and of the blood of Joseph of Amathea, by whom the marvels of thy court shall be accomplished. Oh yeah, that was another thing. Oh yeah, Galahad's super duper cool because he also has biblical blood and he is royal and he's super super cool. Strange things we have seen, but we have yet to see stranger things when Sir Netflix gets his account sorted. We should send Galahad because he's the only one who washes his hands and has low cholesterol. The king was right glad at his words, and said, Sir, ye be right hardly welcome, and the young knight also. Then the old man put on Sir Galahad, for it was he, a crimson robe trimmed with fine ermine, and took him by the hand and led him to the perilous seat, and lifted up the silken cloth which hung on it, and read the words written in gold letters. This is the seat of Sir Galahad, the good knight. Can we say Knight of Purity? That's what you're supposed to be, Knight of Purity. He's a good boy. This is the chair of the good boy, the goodest boy in all the world. Then sat Sir Galahad down firmly and surely, and said to the old man, Sir, I'm still giving him the voice. He's still having the young boy's voice, and I don't care if it's wrong. He may grow up later on, but for now, Sir, this is ye old good boy chair. Yes, 'tis. Ye may now go your way, for ye have done well, and truly all ye were commanded, and commended me to my grandeur, King Pelias, and say that I shall see him soon. So the old man departed with a retinue of 20 noble squires. Hello, Chase! Overslept, just reading the hell messages. What level of degen is this chapter? Currently not very high. The last chapter was pretty high level degen because we had some barebacking as well as a lot of jousting, so it was pretty degenerate. This one's so far so good. But all the knights of the Round Table marvelled at Sir Galahad, and at his tender age, and at his sitting there so surely in the perilous seat. Then the king led Sir Galahad forth from the palace to show him the adventure of the floating stone. Here, he said, is as great a marvel as I ever saw, and right good knights have tried and failed to gain that sword. I marvel not thereat, said Galahad, for this adventure is not theirs but mine, and for the certainty I had thereof, I brought no sword with me, as thou mayest see here by this empty scabbard, because I am a little overconfident. Anon he laid his hand upon the sword, and lightly drew it from the stone, and put it in his sheath, and said, This sword was that enchanted one, which erst belonged to the good knight Sir Balin. Oh, it was... Sword of Strange Hangings! I knew it! Fucking knew it. For those who didn't read that one, this is a wonderful background world. This actually came from one of those portal worlds that you showed me, Chase. That's how I found it, anyway. It is called Deep Sea Train. It is wonderful. Anyway, for those who do not remember Sir Balin's story, so Sir Balin ended up getting a sword from a damsel. He picked up the sword and he was basically fated to kill his brother with it. But yeah. Are we perchance within species of marine pleasure garden? We are on a deep sea train. We're on a train that's going through the ocean. You may hear that every so often. You may hear the whales every so often. But yeah, it's a lovely little background. Sir Gabagool of the Olive Fields. Hey, I don't want to go on an adventure. I just want to sit on my lawn and eat pajoot and tell the lady of the lake. Make some... Those are some words, alright. This sword was the enchanted one, which erst belonged to good knight Sir Balin, wherein he slew through pietous mistake his brother Balan, who also slew him at the same time, all which great woe befell him through the dolorous stroke. He gave my grandsire, Sir Pellas, the wound whereof is not yet whole, nor shall be till I heal him. As he stood speaking thus, they saw a lady riding swiftly down the river's bank towards them on a white palfrey, who, saluting the king and queen, said, "So, King, Nasian the hermit sendeth thee word Nasian the hermit sendeth thee word that to thee shall come today the greatest honour and worship that hath yet ever befallen a king of Britain. For this day shall the Sangreal appear in thy house." With that, the damsel took her leave and departed. So many, it's like, haha, by the way, Galahad says, one day? You mean one day? Galahad just turns up, gets his magic sword, takes the special seat, and is just like, oh yeah, by the way, I found the grail. Is that really the story? It doth pleasure me to hear your voice untouched by any sign of ailment. 'Tis quite bothersome to hear thee cough so incessantly. Yeah, it's not fun to stream when I'm ill. It's not fun for you guys for me to stream when I'm ill. It's frustrating not to stream, but you know, it's probably better for both of us if I don't. At least I can stream this week, and I should be a-okay. She's not sick anymore. The Stuck-Out's got the Holy Grail. It's got some fugazai. I don't know what you're talking about. Very Italian words, yes. And I am not Italian. I am too British for this Italian nonsense. Just the regular clearing of my throat that happens when you read and talk almost constantly for over an hour. Sticktuber streaming in a very niche and possible way. Now, said the king, I know that from today the quest of the Sangreal shall begin, and all ye of the Round Table will be scattered, so that nevermore shall I see ye again together as ye are now. Let me then see a joust and tournament amongst ye for the last time before ye go. So they all took their harness and met together in the meadows by Camelot, and the queen and her ladies sat in a tower to see. Then Sir Galahad, at the prayer of the king and queen, put on a coat of light armour and a helmet, but shield he wouldn't take none. And grasping a lance, he dove into the middle of the press of knights, and began to break spears marvellously, so that all men were full of wonder, and in so short a time he had surmounted and exceeded the rest, gave Sir Lancelot and Sir Percival that he took the chief worship of the field. Then the king and all the court and fellowship of knights went back to the palace, and so to evening song in the great minster, and royal and goodly company, and after that sat down to supper in the hall, every knight in his own seat, as they had been before. Anon suddenly burst overhead the crackling and crying of great pearls of thunder, till the palace walls were shaken sorely, and they thought to see them riven all to pieces. And in the midst of the blast there entered a sunbeam, clearer than 7 times than ever they saw day. And a marvellous great glory fell upon them all. Then each knight, looking on his neighbour, found his face fairer than he had seen, and so all standing on their feet, they gazed as dumb men on each other, not knowing what to say. Then entered into the hall the Sangreal, borne aloft without hands, throughout the midst of the sunbeam, and covered with white samite, so that none might see it. And all the hall was filled with perfume and incense, and every knight was fed with the food he best loved. And when the holy vessel had been thus borne through the hall, it suddenly departed, no man saw whither. When they recovered breath to speak, King Arthur first rose up, and yielded thanks to God and to our Lord. Then Sir Gawain sprang up and said, Now have we all been fed by miracle, with whatsoever food we thought of or desired, but with our eyes we have not seen the blessed vessel whence it came. So carefully and precariously it was concealed. Therefore I make a vow that from tomorrow I shall labour 12 months and a day in quest of the Sangreal, and longer if need be, nor will I come again into this court until mine eyes have seen it evidently. And I thought the last chapter was the Yowie chapter. Now they're standing around looking at each other. It's a lot less thrusting going on at the moment, though. When he had spoken thus, knight after knight rose up and vowed himself to the same quest, till the most part of the Round Table had thus sworn. But when King Arthur heard all of them, he could not refrain his eyes from tears, and said, Sir Gawain, thou hast set me in great sorrow, for I fear me my true fellowship shall never meet together here again. And surely never Christian king had such a company of worthy knights around his table at one time. And when the queen and her ladies and gentlemen heard the vows, they had such grief and sorrow as no tongue could tell. And Queen Guinevere cried out, I marvel that my lord will suffer them to depart from him. And many of the ladies who loved the knights would have gone with them, but were forbidden by the hermit Nasian, who sent this message to all who had sworn themselves to the quest. Take with ye no lady nor gentlewoman, for into so high a service as ye go in, no thought but of our Lord and heaven may enter. Don't take the women, they're distracting. This is only for the love of the Lord, and the love of the fellow man, and the love of the law. On the morrow morning, all the knights rose early, and when they were fully armed, save shields and helms, they went in with the king and queen to service in the minster. Then the king counted all who had taken the adventure on themselves, and found them 150 knights of the Round Table. And so they all put on their helms, and rode away together in the midst of cries and lamentations from the court, and from the ladies, and from all the town. Hello, Boris, welcome! These sudden advertisements do spoil your enjoyment of the tale. Pray do not mistake my meaning. I understand their purpose. It is fair. I appreciate you putting up with them. I know it is a pain in the ass for you guys. So thank you so much for putting up with them. You are... Feel free to complain about them. Get your feelings out. This is fine. What did you... More Italian. Yes. But the queen went alone to her chamber, that no man might see her sorrow, and Sir Lancelot followed her to say farewell. Oh my, Lancy boy, keep that lance away! When she saw him, she cried out, Oh, Sir Lancelot, thou hast betrayed me! Thou hast put me to death thus to depart, and leave my lord the king. Oh, madame, said he, be not displeased or angry, for I shall come again as soon as I can with honour. Alas, said she, that ever I saw thee, but he that suffered death upon the cross for all mankind be to thee safety and good conduct, and to all thy company. I'm hearing boops. Oh, membership boops! There they are. Gift membies. Who's getting the gift membies? Lemony Juice, Passion Flower Project, and that person. Welcome to membership. Thank you, Benjamin. More members. I surmise that he must need to reiterate the membership gifts that it might gain your recognition. I appreciate it. To be fair, gifts kind of go to subs, so I don't know if it technically... I mean, it probably helps the algorithm. Let's face it, everything helps the algorithm. The algorithm and its wheels and woes that it gives out. But thank you so much. Yeah. I just heard the boops and I was like, what are these boops? I can't remember. I didn't have the right chat up to be able to see them. Now I can. So thank you very much for the gift membies. And congrats on those who got a gift. Then Sir Lancelot saluted her and the king, and went forth with the rest, and came with them that night to Castle Vagon, where they abode. And on the morrow they departed from each other on their separate ways, every night taking the way that pleased him best. No, I'm not rich enough to give 5 subs, not when I have briny wedding tournament to fun. Surely, yes. More people must experience Briny Smith. We can't bully. Then share me! Share me on things. That's the best way to do it. Share me on the social medias. I am attempting to find some more content. It's hard to find places to self-publish, and it's also very embarrassing to self-publish. It's self-publish, not self-publish. Self-promo. You're like, hey, watch me, I'm great. And I'm like, why am I great? Alas, sir, do not flatter me. I was quite unaware the gifts were intended for myself, so I do appreciate it. Because we love you, Doppel. We want you to be have a member. We're a good community and we all support each other, and it's lovely. I'm very proud of you guys. Oh, 5 gift members from Xnum. Got Catapractor, Emodum, Low-Tier Heathcliff. Oh, fuck yeah. MMO Speaker, and Lucas Lash. Welcome. Well done on your membies. Hello, Max. Welcome. And thank you for the gifties, Xnum. I hope the people who get their gifties enjoy. Weep, 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 weep. Now it will just keep going through. Weep, 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 weep. I just realized that my thingies... Alerts probably should be above the book. There we go. Maybe I should move it up too. There we go. That makes more sense. Gifties, gifties, gifty, gifty, gifties. Where were we? Now Sir Galahad went forth without a shield, and rode so 4 days without adventure. And on the 4th day, after evesong, he came to an abbey of white monks, where he was received in the house, and led to a chamber. And there he was unarmed, and met 2 knights of the Round Table, Sir Badger and Sir Owain. Bagdemagus. Alex, I've been a member for ages! It seems fate has deprived thee of a membership duffel. It really has. How exceeding generous are we good people. I trust your day is providing a most agreeable and compelling. Yeah. Wonderful. You guys are so nice. To me and to each other. It's lovely. Sirs, said Sir Galahad, what adventure hath brought ye here? Within this place, as we are told, playing RNG game stuff, we all love a little bit of gamba. But we must gamba responsibly. Did anyone here watch the 7th Hollowfest? I did not. I should have though. There's a free bit up, isn't there? Was it good, Maxua, if you did watch it? I bet it was. Within this place, as we are told, they answered, there is a shield no man may bear around his neck without receiving sore mischance or death within 3 days. Tomorrow, said King Badger, I shall attempt the adventure, and if I fail, do thou, Sir Galahad, take it up after me. I will willingly, he said, for as ye see, I have no shield as yet. I've been waiting for a magical one. Currently watching through stage 1, and yeah, wonderful. Gamba responsibly. Gamba responsibly. We like a gamba, but gamba responsibly. It suffices the very intention thereof doth content me wholly. Yeah, wonderful. I think the classic novel characters are talking in this chat right now. Doppel do just talk like that, and it's wonderful, and we love it. So on the morrow they arose and heard mass, and afterwards King Badger asked where the shield was kept. Then a monk led him behind the altar, where the shield hung, as white as any snow, with a blood-red cross in the midst of it, like the English flag. Sir, said the monk, this shield should hang from no knight's neck unless he be the worthiest in the world. I warn ye, therefore, knights, consider well before ye dare to touch it. Well, said King Badger, I know well that I am far from the best knight in all the world, yet I shall make the trial. And so he took the shield, and bore it from the monastery. If it pleases thee, he said to Sir Galahad, abide here till thou hearest how I speed. I will abide thee, said he. Then taking with him a squire, who might return with any tidings to Galahad, the king rode forth, and before he had gone 2 miles, he saw in a fair valley a hermitage, and a knight who came forth dressed in white armour, horse and all, who rode fast against him. When they encountered, Badger brake his spear upon the white knight's shield, but was himself struck through the shoulder with a sore wound, and hurled down from his horse. Then the white knight, alighting, came and took the white shield from the king, and said, Thou hast done great folly, for this shield ought never be borne, but by one who hath no living peer. And turning to the squire, he said, Bear thou the shield to the good knight Sir Galahad, and It's not even a mystery. It's just like, yeah, give it to Galahad. Galahad's the one who needs. Galahad, like, what's the word? What's the word they use? Glazing. That's the word they're using these nowadays. That I've heard the kids use the word glazing for this kind of thing. The Galahad glazing is off the charts. And greet him well for me. And whose name shall I greet him? Said the squire. Take thou no heed of that, he answered. I'm not important enough to have a name in this. It is not for thee or any earthly man to know. Glazing like a donut? Yes, I believe that that is the idea, that glazing makes something look better. So glazing a character is making them look better. Or from what I understand. But don't quote me on that. hip talk with Brainy. Can I? I'm just thinking. Okay, shuffle a bit. Yeah. Shuffle it a bit. Every day we shuffle then. Now tell me, fair sir, at the least, said the squire, why may this shield be never borne except its wearer come to injury or death? Too late, I am quoting you in the PhD on youth speak already. Unwise. You're gonna fail your paper if you quote me on it. I am an unreliable source. But because it will belong to no man save its rightful owner, Sir Galahad. Well, actually, no, he's not even calling him Sir. It's just Galahad. That is a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Boo. Gonna use Brandy as a coordinate. No, don't do it. I am an expert in nothing! I cannot be quoted. Do not quote. Do not trust. What am I doing? Replied the knight. Then the squire went to his master and found him wounded nigh to death. Wherefore he fetched his horse and bore him back with him to the abbey, and there they laid him in a bed, and looked to his wounds. And when he had lain many days grievously sick, he at last barely escaped with his life. Sir Galahad, said the squire, the knight who overthrew King Badger sent you greeting, and bade you bear the shield. Now blessed be God and fortune. So yeah, we're still getting the silly voice for Galahad, because if he's getting glazed this much, we need to unglaze him slightly. Said Sir Galahad, and hung the shield around his neck, and armed him, and rode forth. Anon he met the White Knight by the hermitage, and each saluted courteously to the other. Sir, said Sir Galahad, this shield I bear hath surely a full marvellous history. Thou sayest rightly, answered he. That shield was made in the days of Joseph of Arimathea, the gentle knight who took our Lord down from the cross. When he left Jerusalem with his kindred, came to the country of King Evelake, who warred continually with one Talon, and when, by the teaching of Joseph, King Evelake became a Christian, this shield was made for him in our Lord's name, and though its aid King Tolmer was defeated, for when King Evelake met him in battle, he hid it in a veil, and suddenly uncovering it, he showed his enemies the figure of a bleeding man nailed to a cross. at sight of which they were discomfited and fled. Presently after that, a man whose hand was smitten off touched the cross upon the shield, and had his hand restored to him, and many other miracles it worked. But suddenly the cross that was upon it vanished away. Anon both Joseph and King Evelake came to Britain, and by the preaching of Joseph the people were made Christians. And when at length he lay upon his deathbed, King Evelake begged of him some token ere he died. Then, calling for his shield, he dipped his finger in his own blood, for he was bleeding fast, and none could staunch the wound, and marked that cross upon it, saying, "This cross shall ever show as bright as now, and the last of my lineage shall wear this shield around his neck, and go forth to all the marvellous deeds he will achieve." Verestes and questionable. What happened to Sir Badger? Sir Badger is alive. It's fine. Sir Bodger won't know. It's Bodger and Badger and Bodger and Badger. As noted by modern luminary and polymath Smith VTuber audiobook reader and author, self-published, cream should be applied to the scone before the jam. Let me weigh in on that one. It doesn't matter. Make your scone how you want. I should find myself toiling over a dissertation in pursuit of postgrad studies. I shall make a point of consult. I am not. I'm a professional idiot, so you might not get good points on it. Don't do it. I am not professional. And you know what's extra not professional of me? Ending the stream! Super not professional. Never should be done. But, you know, I can't stream 24/7 yet. No. Like I said. Maybe I'll get to the 24/7s at some point. Let's highlight the shit out of that so I know where I'm going next. And I'm going to say my usual nonsense, like, thank you so much, everyone, for coming to today's stream. I hope you enjoyed, just like I did enjoy it. Let's zoom in. Hiya. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming to today's stream. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you, everyone in chat. Thank you, anyone who looked. Thank you, anyone watching the VOD. I really appreciate you coming, and hope you enjoyed, no matter which way you decided to enjoy. If you have not already, I'd highly appreciate it if you could leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. If you've done that, go to Twitch, like that one. If you've done that, join Discord. If you've done that, money. If you've done that, you could drop a kofi. Why not? Why not? We like a kofi. In the coffee shop, there is also small audiobooks. You could look at them if you like me reading and you like just get a little bit sad that I'm not reading all the time. Then you can just, you know, get some files and listen to me by yourself. It's all good. When making a scone, did you then the cream? That's nope. Oh God, don't bolt. Everything was wrong with that sentence. Normal size phantom. Everything. And now I've told you that everything is wrong with that sentence. I'll be back tomorrow. Probably more stars in time. But until then, I had fun. I hope you had fun. This has been Brian Westwood. I'm the Forbidden Library. Goodbye, Brionicles. Have a lovely day, lovely evening, lovely afternoon, whatever you need. Bye-bye.